You have to build discipline. So first off, what even is it? So I think how I view it, the most simple terms, is just controlling yourself. And most of the time, this is being applied to doing something you don't want to do. And I just want to say, like, obviously, this is not scientific. This is just me explaining my thoughts about discipline. So, first off, I like to think of an action as composing of both motivation and discipline. And you add them two together, and then once you have enough, like once you reach a certain like bar, then you can complete the action. So, something you would enjoy doing, you would have a lot of motivation, and therefore you wouldn't require that much discipline. Something that's like easy and things that you enjoy. And this can be applied to something that you don't enjoy, that it's not easy. So now that I'm growing up, I'm in college, I see discipline as such a vital skill, especially now and in the future with work and everything, because I feel like now I'm at a point where there are a lot of things that require me to focus fully on the efforts, and these things I don't really want to do them. So it just requires way more discipline to focus rather than back then in high school or in like middle school, where it didn't really feel like that. Like I didn't need to focus fully, I didn't really need to have that much discipline to complete the action. But now as I'm growing up, I feel like there are a lot of more things that require it. So like, how do you even obtain or like build discipline? Well, I think it's a skill like any other that you have to just get better at. So what do you do? Well, first off, start small. Build discipline by doing light things, things that are not that comfortable. I mean, for example, you're probably watching this video laying in your bed or sitting right now, right? What if you stand for the remaining of the video? It's probably more uncomfortable, but it's not that crazy. Maybe you're looking at the comments. Go back to the video. And then, after doing small things, set up a few more goals. Control yourself to complete these goals. For example, waking up at a specified time, having a regular time to sleep, maybe complete schoolwork when you are tired, work out even if you don't feel like it. And then you can find yourself doing things that are on a higher level, that require way more control, such as bad habits, removing them. At first I thought like it would be so hard, but luckily there's some bad habits that I have removed, and there are plenty of more that I want to remove, which I guess I'm working on that right now. Discipline is not easy. As someone who has tried and failed countless times, I mean, it is so easy to fall back and be unable to control yourself in many different ways. But firstly, just start small and win there. Maybe just do something that feels a bit uncomfortable. Maybe not something that requires your full focus or anything, but just something that feels a little bit, that gives you a little bit of uncomfort. And then win. Just do a lot of these things and then level up. Build your discipline, move on to bigger things that you really can control. Like, one thing that I really struggled with was phone usage, and I still struggle with that, but building my discipline, doing it over and over again, failing countless times, improving countless times. I'm not happy where I'm at, but I think I definitely improved with screen time and everything. So yeah, just level and build up your discipline, and then attempt harder and harder things. And another piece of advice is just to start earlier. I feel like as a kid, a lot of my actions aligned with my goals, so I didn't really need to build discipline for like school or anything. But looking back at it, like, I should have started earlier. Maybe go out of your way to build discipline. Don't quit on things you find too tough. That's a really good way that you can get started without really messing up your schedule, because there are a lot of tough things in life that I quit on because I was like, what if I'm not good enough? So don't quit on those. That's probably like an easy way to do it if you don't have that much time. Just like live your daily life and don't quit on things. Pretty easy. But yeah, this is just my take on discipline. I feel like I realized it's such a great skill to have, because as you're older, I feel like you get put in positions where there are a lot of things that you don't really want to do, you know. And so please build your discipline up. You know, start small. You know, maybe for the next growth, just stand up a bit. You know, be chill. And yeah. And as always, take care.